Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome to PNP. Rashad and Dave is in the building. It's real light in the chat, dog. Like it's like nobody in the
They were in
chat.
New Orleans too. They
Yo,
were
I
in New
was
Orleans
like,
too.
fam, is the shit working? Like, am I in the right place? What's good in the chat, dog? Y'all, it's light. I'm sure everybody will get up in here in a second. But what's good? Get that chat going, man. Come on now. There we go. Brad, what's up, Austin? What's up, Caleb? What's up, Grandizer? What's up, Trap Set Player? What's up,
Trap
Blitz
set
Craig?
player.
What's up, D'Angelo? D'Angelo, first person in the building. What up, AP? What up, Tristan? Yeah, man. What up, Underground West, my guy? Yeah, man. I'm sure everybody will roll on in. Charles, what's good? But Dave was in New Orleans, having a
hmm
good old time with the Saints marching in. How
You
was
know,
your How was your weekend, bro?
it was good, man. You know, there was a lot of alcohol and beverages involved. There was a lot of Bourbon Street involved. I got me a couple beignets. You know what I'm saying? I was all over the place with that. A lot of gumbo, massive amount of gumbo. So pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain.
Nice,
I literally
nice.
just got. I literally just landed. I literally just got home less than an hour ago.
Yeah. They
So
see the dedication that we bring every Monday. It's a bye week, bro. We still in the building. It's still going down. Okay, it's still going down every single Monday. We are here, even in the off season. We getting it cracking. We've been doing this for 4 years, every single Monday, and we appreciate all y'all support. For me, I didn't do nothing. I was just chilling, man. My daughters had parades and whatnot, but outside of that, man, I was watching college football.
yeah, I saw
Watching.
that it was kind of crazy, man. What's your thoughts? Because I felt like they should have changed the order up a little bit on who's playing who.
I personally like the order. You could swap, Michigan and whatever, Cincinnati, but I did want to see Alabama and Georgia go right back at it again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that in the national championship, unless Georgia don't get their shit together. Georgia got to get their shit together because they got demolished.
No,
So
they what happened was what I tried to tell you guys about. Nick Saban is a different animal, bro.
I know, but Dave, I understand that, but you haven't seen this Georgia team all year, bro. They was
Yeah,
they
but you
was
know who I've
that good.
seen? You know who I've seen for a very long time because of the constant Alabama.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I thought it was gonna. A lot of people thought it was gonna be different. That's how dominant Georgia has been all year.
Well, the best
Then
win
they,
was I did some research on him, man. Because you know me, when I wonder why it was as bad as it was, then I noticed that the biggest win they had was against Kentucky. Like they haven't really played anybody.
yeah, that's fair. But they also It was never close. They dominated the cats they played. That's important too, because
That's
Alabama almost lost to Auburn, bro. I know it's a rival, and they almost lost a couple games this year
well,
too.
they lost it. They
So
lost to Texas A&M, right?
Texas A&M is legit though. Texas A&M, shout out to
Yeah,
Jimbo Fisher. They're legit. They're a legit squad. Um, So, well, they did almost lose the Clemson. Yeah, that was game one, though. That was game one.
yeah. You can't. You don't know who's who in the zoo till about a month in. Like you don't know.
ICP said Michigan winning it all, man. It'd be good to see somebody else get it out. And
Don't
I'm
worry.
gonna be pulling. I
Don't
think I'm gonna
worry.
pull for Michigan, bro.
Pull for him. Don't worry. It won't. The pull won't last that long. It's only gonna take you a week. It's gonna last you a week. If Georgia's is legit like you claim they are, Georgia ain't. Georgia is gonna beat the
Yeah,
brakes
I,
off of
don't- I
Clemson.
don't. Yeah,
Beat
I
the
don't
brakes
know
off
if
of Michigan.
Michigan. I don't know if Michigan gonna have enough offense to hang with Georgia. Their defense is Aiden Hutchinson's a beast, but I don't know if Michigan's gonna have enough offense to hang with that defense. If Georgia's defense clicks and locks back in, it's gonna be tough sledding because they're not gonna be able to run all over Georgia like they did Ohio State. That's not happening. Not with Jordan Davis up in the middle. That's not happening. I can tell you that right now. Um, but all right, so
I wanted
go ahead.
Cincinnati to play Michigan, bro, in the first round. I know nobody wanted to see Alabama and
No,
Georgia play again in the rematch, but I wanted to see the Big Ten team go up against the non-Power Five conference. That would have been a dope test for them. I think Alabama's going to destroy him. They're going to destroy him.
yeah, I think so too. I agree with you, bro. All right, so this is gonna be one of those interactive shows. If you've been a long time listener, you know how this works. Go into VVox, get the app on your phone, or you can go to the pin comment, the pin chat comment, click that link, and put in that ID, and then you're gonna be able to vote on these questions that I have. 4 questions that you guys are going to be able to vote on, because I'm trying to check the pulse of Panther Nation, because sometimes I feel like I don't want to, because me and Dave be on the same page a lot, and I want to hear other people's opinions. So I want to make sure we ain't crazy, and I want to hear y'all opinions. So we got 4 questions that I'm gonna ask, and you'll see them live when they pop up, and then we're gonna see the results and see what you guys think. So this is gonna be an interactive show. So make sure y'all get that ready. Again, go to that app or go to the pinned comment and type in that code, and then you'll be able to vote. All right. I know how much y'all want to bet that somebody's gonna come in late and ask me how they can vote. Yo, y'all help me out. Help me out, because I won't be able to focus on on telling them where to vote again. All right. So make sure y'all help me out in the chat. Tell the folks where to go. But this is gonna be a fun one, bro. This is gonna be a fun one. All right. So now let's get into this real quick. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check out our interview with Miles Hartsfield, current Panthers defensive back. Super cool dude. Man, I want to give a huge shout out to his agent. His agent is hella cool. He's the one that hooked it up. Super cool cat, bro. And he definitely helped us out and helped us land this one and kind of pushed it through. Had a good conversation with him before we interviewed Miles. Really cool dude. His client also, Miles, is down to earth as well. So what's y'all thoughts, man? What's y'all thoughts on this interview, bro? Dave, how you feel about it?
Oh, I love the interview. It was an awesome interview. I thought, he was a very down to earth guy. You know what I'm saying? Always thinking about the next play. First Panther player to play both positions.
In log a tackle and a yard.
Log a tackle and a rushing yard. So shout out to him. So it was a great interview. I enjoyed it. And he might beat my ass at Call of Duty at some point. We gotta figure out when that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Shout out to his agent. We're gonna be doing some things with Miles in the future, bro. Miles really wanted to get the fan engagement going. And so we're gonna be linking up with Miles, man. And I think he's a cool dude. And as you can see, man, you got to understand. I think that interview kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of the nuances when it comes to these undrafted guys and that relationship, right? Again, I didn't know until I started doing the research that Matt Rhule had recruited Miles Hartsfield out of high school. And so, again, you're starting to see a lot of these guys, even though they're not directly connected to Matt Rhule, they were recruited by him. So he still has that contact. He still knows these guys. Same thing with Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is a guy that Matt Rhule recruited, right? He offered him a scholarship. And so if you see us draft Kenny Pickett, you'll know why. You will know why. And so, yes, Slim J, yes, there is a royal decree out on Miles Hartsfield. Under zero circumstances will we tolerate any disrespect for Miles Hartsfield. I don't care what it is, bro. It's a couple dudes that we just not going to tolerate disrespect for. And Miles Hartsfield is one of those guys. Him, Brandon Zylstra, no disrespect will be and Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin got a lifetime pass. For real. Bruce Irvin, there will be no disrespect tolerated for Bruce Irvin wherever he plays. Miles Hartsfield and Brandon Zylstra. No disrespect, bro. Friend of the show. We can say that now. Friend of the show. We got real friends of the show, Dave.
Absolutely.
So Miles Hartsfield, Brandon Zylstra, friend of the show. Bruce Irvin, friend of the show. Demir Bird, he got a pass too. Demir Bird definitely has a pass too.
Yeah.
No disrespect, bro. Demir Bird. So let me explain. A lot of you guys are new. You guys may not be aware of the history between Panther Nation podcast and some of these players. Brandon Zylstra, he don't get no disrespect will be tolerated for him. He was the first player that we ever interviewed on this show. So no disrespect for Brandon Zylstra. Miles Hartsfield, just cool as shit. So no disrespect for him would be tolerated. Bruce Irvin gave us passes, tickets to the game to sit with his wife. Super cool. So no disrespect for Bruce Bruce
I had to get a face tat.
Yo, Dave definitely got his face painted for that joint. And so Bruce Irvin gave us free tickets to sit with his wife at the game. So no disrespect we tolerate for him. And then Demir Bird bought my daughter a T-shirt when he was a cash register at the team store. So no disrespect will be tolerated for any of those guys, and we will continue to add to the list. It's going to get better. At some point, Dave, the whole team might be off limits. All right. At
Yeah, I
some point,
know.
the whole team might be off limits, but it is what it is. That's how we rolling. That's how we rolling.
We got to get a coach on the royal decree. We haven't had that yet. We got to figure out how that's going to
Dave.
happen.
I don't know how I feel about that one, bro. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could live up to that royal decree, man. I might break that one myself because I don't know, man. Some of these coaches, man, the disrespect be flying, bro. So I don't know about that. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen it, man, go check out the interview, man. It was super cool, and there's more coming, bro. We supposed to have one this week. I'm waiting for the email. It's not an active player, but this is a big one that's no longer active with the Panthers. He's going way back. This is going way back. Go into the late 90s, early 2000s, going way back. So hopefully if we get him to respond to his email, hopefully we will get that one lined up. So shout out to whoever that is. I don't want to jinx it, so I don't want to tell y'all who it is and then jinx it. But this is going way back to the late 90s, early 2000s. All right, so hold that thought, and we'll get there. All right, so these subscriber goals ain't right. I haven't updated them, so the current numbers aren't right. We're at 13,600 and some change, so we're like 14,000 people away from hitting our 15,000. Oh, what I say?
14,000. We're 14,000 away from hitting our 15,000.
My bad. 1,400. Excuse me. 1,400 subscribers away from hitting our 15,000 subscriber goal. So please hit that subscribe button. If you're new to this, you're just watching us. We got the best shit on YouTube when it comes to Panther content. So hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss on what we got going on. Follow us on Twitter, trying to get to 2,000 there. Instagram and TikTok as well. Shout out to Patrick, who is our social media manager. Sometimes some of the stuff that is posted is not me. All right. Sometimes it's Patrick. Shout out to him, man. Cool dude. And has been running our social media for a little bit, man. So shout out to Patrick. All right. Again, make sure you follow us on all socials at Panther Nation PC. We appreciate that. Super shout out to our Patreon members. Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. Man, a lot of new Patreon members. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the free agents. Shout out to the franchise players, and shout out to the real MVPs. Remember, MVPs have an opportunity to win some sort of item, whether it's a ticket, whether it's a signed autograph item. They get that every month. We do a giveaway, and they all have automatic entries into that. And it's just for the MVPs. All right. So I believe just about everybody on this list has won something. If not, it's real close to it. So again, make sure you consider signing up to our Patreon to support the channel. Cash apps are great, but again, Google, YouTube, they take a lot of that money. So again, Patreon is a better way to support the channel. We're not going to turn away the super chats, but we're just saying that Patreon is a better way to support. All right. Now, Dave, we got a new sponsor, LinkedIn, y'all. Hey, LinkedIn that came through. Gave us the biggest bag we ever got, fam. Gave us the biggest bag we ever got. Shout to LinkedIn, Dave. Give it to him.
All right, man. So these days it can be hard to find and hire the right candidates for your small business. That's why LinkedIn Jobs made it easier to find the people you want to talk to faster and for free. So, man, I know like when it comes to finding a job, it's got to be one of the more difficult things to do. But I think on the other end of the spectrum, it's got to be hard for these companies, these small businesses to find good people. And LinkedIn Jobs helps to fix that. So because you can create a job post in minutes on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 770 million people. You can focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience and use screening questions to get your role in front of only the most qualified. Then you can use the simple tools on LinkedIn Jobs to quickly filter and prioritize who'd you like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rank LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. I know for you, Rashad, I know your wife has a small business, and I know this is something that she's absolutely going to utilize to try to get some good people, because I know nowadays it's definitely hard to get people in, and it's good that LinkedIn Jobs have ways to filter out people.
Yo, my bad, man. All right, my bad. But this is funny. I'm sorry I had to post this. Mid-read, yo, that is hilarious, dog. I'm sorry. That might be comment of the day. But real quick, Dave, you're absolutely right. Yo, that shit's funny. Yo, all right, real quick. Hold on, let me get myself together. Dave, you're absolutely right, man. My wife, we run a small business, and it's really difficult finding good employees, ones that stick around, ones that are qualified. There's all kinds of different sites that we use, and we will be leveraging LinkedIn to find those jobs. So yeah, shout out to LinkedIn.
So LinkedIn Jobs helps you find candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/PNP. That's linkedin.com/PNP to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, shout out to the business owners, man. If you run a business and you're looking for employees, I know it's tough. It's tough right now. It's tough right now. Go
Tough
ahead,
is
Dave.
tough is definitely an understatement.
Yeah, it's tough right now. So, if you want to, you need to find somebody, post that job with us. And again, all that stuff helps us. It helps out the channel, so we appreciate it so much. But that dude fam said that Joe Brady about to post his resume, fam. Hilarious, hilarious. And speaking of Joe Brady, all right, there's some fallout. There's some fallout from this Joe Brady firing that we must discuss. There's some fallout from this firing that we must discuss. A lot of tweets going out there, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Okay, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. So Kevin Seifert says the Panthers have fired offensive coordinator Joe Brady. Perhaps it was justified, but Joe Brady isn't the person who decided to trade for Sam Darnold, guarantee his fifth-year option, sign Cam Newton off the street, immediately put him in the lineup, and think it would help. This is a great point. This goes into talking about who's to blame. Again, Dave, I guess my question is, do you think Joe Brady's a scapegoat firing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do I think it's warranted? Possibly. Do I think he was experienced enough to do the job? No. I never felt like he did enough. But absolutely, it was a scapegoat hiring. And you know how it works, man. It goes from, all right, either you're gonna let somebody go, and then you know who's next after that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, somebody let my man King Darius know what's good, yo. We had Manscaped before. I had to let him know that. Well, Manscaped was a sponsor of this podcast at one point.
First sponsor we ever got.
First sponsor we ever had. Shout out to them. Shout out to Corey, man. Corey coming through with a super chat. He says, if you know me, I've been waiting for this day. The stage was simply too big for a prior passing game coordinator. 100% agree. Again, the guy had no experience. We picked him up off the street. Go ahead.
Random question, man. Do you know that Joe Brady got a hashtag right now? You know that?
Nah, I didn't know that. What's the hashtag?
I stand with Joe Brady.
Oh man, he got a cult following. I ain't know that.
He got a hashtag. A lot of folks feel like it wasn't warranted. I felt like he should have never had the job in the first place. So, I just felt like he never had enough experience for it. I will say this though, because for those who don't know, we did pretty much a whole diatribe on this yesterday. When the news broke.
A big word.
Yeah, man. SAT work actually.
We
are college graduates.
No, you are correct.
All right. So
Aggie pride.
So from that standpoint, I have to give Rhule some credit, because it's looking like the reports show that Rhule did bring this man in.
Yes.
And if Rhule did bring this man in, I have to commend him to trying to shake up his ways of doing things. He tried, but the more I look at it, the more it looks like he's more of a Ron Rivera than a progressive type of coach. You follow me? He's
old school. He claims to be old school. And again, I think that it's one thing to say, oh, I'm a program builder, I'm a program guy. But then go out of your box to do something different. Like, if you're so good at what you do, why would you do anything different? It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I can't knock him for trying, but now that put his job at risk. So now he had to do something. It puts his job.
No. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. But my point is, before that even occurred, if you're so good at what you do, then why deviate from what you do? If you're so good at building programs, why go out your box to do something different?
Yeah. And
So
I think if he would have went out his box and went different and got somebody with more NFL experience, would have been fine. Would have been okay. Like if you would have said instead of, and I like Phil Snow, don't get me wrong. If you would have decided, hey, let me get a Wade Phillips, let me get like a Hugh Jackson. Like if you want somebody that wants to run the ball, like get like a Hugh Jackson to run your offense. Wouldn't have been mad at that. Get some NFL experience under you so you kind of can get the spill of how it operates. But to have two college guys run your offense and defense, that's a big risk in itself anyway. And then you get somebody that doesn't have any like real NFL experience like that. That's tough.
yeah, you're right. Shout out to NOLA. He says this is a franchise, not a program. This ain't college. You're absolutely right. This ain't college no more. But it is what it is. Let's unpack some more of these tweets that I found pretty interesting. Joe Brady's going to have plenty of opportunities coming at him if he wants to come back to college. There's a lot of OC vacancies out there. One that is not too far where he grew up in South Florida. Okay, you're talking about Miami. Talking about there's a couple of places that are available. And even the Oregon job is available right now. So we're going to unpack that in a second. But that's interesting. Yeah, I think he could go back. And I got a question about that in a second. So hold that thought on where you think this dude's going to go. And then shout out to Dean Jones. He runs the Cat Crave. He says, I get the feeling firing Joe Brady was Matt Rhule's last card to play. He brought back Cam, got rid of his OC. Phil isn't going anywhere. One last roll of the dice, trying to implement a power running game with a paperweight offensive line and no Christian McCaffrey. Well, I don't think Christian McCaffrey is the answer to the power run game anyway. So I mean, that's a moot point in bringing up Christian McCaffrey. Paperweight offensive line is accurate.
Matt Rhule is out here doing what most space players shouldn't be doing. And I'm about to give you guys a space tip. You shouldn't be playing your big joker last. Shouldn't be playing your big joker last. All right. You shouldn't be playing your big joker last. Most of y'all do, and that's fine. I pray on folks like y'all, but you should be playing your big joker last. And that's what he's doing right now. He's playing his big joker last. He should have played this one a little bit earlier. Get some more spades off the table. All the other spades already been played, bro. Like he should have, if he knew it was the offense didn't just started sputtering right against Miami. I mean, you could have done this after the Giants game. You could have done this. Like you've had opportunities to make this happen sooner than this.
Yeah. And then so Tom Purcello says last January, Joe Brady had 5 head coaching interviews, but the Panthers have been one of the NFL's least productive offenses in the last 2 years, 2 years in a row. And there were signs that Brady and Matt Rhule were never on the same page. Big changes coming off the bye week with Brady out. I think this is right. We unpacked this yesterday. You hear Matt Rhule sit up here and say, we want to run the football 30 times. And then we come out every week and we run it. We don't hit that number. Like we don't hit that number. I think Joe Brady, again, his offense is spread it out. I want to throw it as many times as we can. That college spread offense, that's what he did in college. And now you come to the NFL, and I think it's the right thing to establish the run. I think, it's a passing league. You can say it's a passing league all you want to, but I think, you can win the ball effectively running the football, especially when it comes to those winter months. You got to be able to run the football. And I just don't think we have the personnel. Number one, we kind of backed ourselves into a wall because we don't have the personnel to run the power scheme, right? That just doesn't make sense. We don't have the power. We don't have a power running back. Christian McCaffrey's not that guy. Chuba Hubbard's not that guy either, if you want to be honest with you. And then, our offensive line isn't built like that. It's not built to sustain a power run game. So, it's been successful a couple of times this year, but we don't have we can't dictate. We don't have the offensive line to dictate that power run game every single week and make defenses adjust to us. We don't have that personnel. We can't do that. So you know what I'm saying? So I just think that, again, I think somebody else said it in the chat earlier. I think that, those guys, and I think Tom Purcello said it too, those guys, their philosophies clash, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
All right. We got some questions in the chat. I want to answer one of them.
Sure.
How many fellow Aggies, how many games do he have to win to keep his job? He doesn't have to win any more games. He's keeping his job, yo. I think he's coming back
Hold,
next season.
hold that thought. I
We'll,
got a question.
we
I got a
gonna do
poll
polling
question
though.
about that. We're gonna poll that. It's a great question. What you had another question you want to address?
No, we good.
All right.
Let me see. No, I think we good.
So the last tweet at the bottom, you guys probably can't see it, but I'm gonna read it. Mike Florio of the Pro Football Talk this morning, when he asked a league source about Joe Brady's firing, he replied with 3 words, Dave.
Head coach
Head
next.
coach next.
I'll listen to it.
He didn't specify college or NFL, but it was NFL execs answering the question. And again, I told y'all, I'm telling y'all this, bro. It doesn't matter how qualified you are, bro. It doesn't matter. Bad organizations make bad decisions. And I'm not saying that Joe Brady's going to be terrible at what he does, because maybe there were some things internally that he couldn't overcome, right? Maybe there were some things that were put on him that he couldn't overcome. That could be true. We don't know the answer to that. We're not running the team. We don't know the internals of how the team operates. But there's going to be a team willing to hire this cat, because not every team makes the best decision every single time. Some teams make bad hires, bro. Some teams make bad decisions. And I believe Joe Brady will get a job if he doesn't take a college job first.
But I think head coach next had more to do with Rhule than Joe. You follow me?
Unpack it.
So basically the way.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So like you make it. Yeah. The thing that
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So the thing is that it was about the timing too. You announce on Sunday during the games while you're on bye that, hey, we're letting go Joe Brady. And the thing is, if you announce that on a regular day, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that, of right after the Miami game, it would have been big news. But because you kind of put it in there on Monday, it was like, on Sunday during the games, nobody's talking about it. It was buried. It was kind of buried in the headlines. It wasn't really brought up like that. So that's the thing. They're talking when he said head coach next, that pretty much is talking about Rhule.
Gotcha.
Okay. Days are being
I misinterpreted. You're right. I think that's probably true. But we're gonna unpack that. I got questions for that. I got poll questions. All right. So again, I got questions right here. So you can go to so you can go to the poll. It's open right now. You can go to VVox. The link is the pinned comment. You can go over there and vote. Or you can go over to the app, download the app, and type in that ID, and you can vote. So this is live voting. I'm going to close it at some point. I'm going to give you a few seconds to vote, and then we'll go from there. I want to get some feedback. I got a couple more questions.
We got
So
questions.
hit that joint and see if you guys can answer these questions for me.
And we'll have, I want you guys to click that link and go in and vote. We can see how many folks are putting these are clicking. So I want y'all to come on in and get your vote on.
I got 12 votes, 13 votes. Keep going. We're gonna run it up. We got 209 people voting. 209 people in the stream right now. Let's get these votes up, and because I want to see where you guys think. I want to see how you guys think.
So let's talk about this for a second, man. Like we had this discussion earlier, but now that we got the poll up, I absolutely think it was a scapegoat firing.
Me too.
Yeah, I've always felt like when you're talking about, it's always a thing you do to try to say, look, we're trying to fix this. I mean, did I think they were going to go all the way straight to the coordinator? No, I thought they were going to fire like a position coach, let some of those guys go, but no. But it was absolutely a scapegoat, and and that's why you got I stand with Joe Brady on Twitter.
Yo, I have not seen that. I must have missed that. He must got him a little hive. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple more minutes to answer this. We only got like 26 votes, man. Come on, man. Y'all can do better than that. 28. Okay, they're going up. They're jumping a little bit now. Where's the poll? What I tell y'all? Hit that link, the pinned comment. You can click that link, enter that ID, and then you can see the questions as they pop up.
Or maybe there's only, let's see.
33 people. 30. So we're gonna wait till it hits about 40, and then I'm gonna close it out. And then on the next question, I got 4 total questions, so y'all be able to get engaged. Because I want to see what y'all thinking. 38 votes. Let's get it to 40, and then I'll close it. All right. So here's what you guys say. Yes, Joe Brady was a scapegoat firing. I agree with y'all. 23% says no. If he's not, let's unpack that. If 22 or 23% say no, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean that Joe Brady's not a scapegoat firing? What's that perspective?
That means it's warranted, but it can still be a scapegoat and still be warranted. Like, that's how I feel. Like, it was a scapegoat firing, but it was warranted too because he was underperforming. Now, it could be that, he probably should have been gone, and that's where it boils down to too, right? Like, they just think Joe Brady should have been fired regardless if it's the scapegoat or not. That's why some folks are saying no too. I would think.
Yeah, and I just think with Joe Brady, man, I think offensive coordinators, the good offensive coordinators are able to get the best out of what they have, bro.
And here it is. Brady was not a scapegoat. He should not have been in a position in the first place. This is where I'm at, but I still think it was a scapegoat firing.
Fair enough.
But I agree with everything he just said about he shouldn't have had a position in the first place because he had no business being hired.
Fair enough.
He ain't done enough.
Fair enough. So I agree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. That's good perspective. That's why I want to pose these questions so we can get other people's perspective. All right. So, and for me, I think that Joe Brady, the mark of a good offensive coordinator are ones that adjust, ones that can come out and work with what they have. There's offenses that dealing with injuries all across the league, and they still get it done. Bro. So injuries are not an excuse. You need to be able to work around what you have. Again, there's only like 5 or 6 elite offensive lines. Outside of that, everybody else kind of dealing with the same issues, bro. So you got to be able to adjust. And that's something I didn't see. So was it warranted? I think so. I think it was time to get the right person in here. I like Dave said, and like the commenter said, I don't think he should have had the job in the first place. Because I thought that, hell, even if he wasn't fired, I think he would have been gone this year anyway because he would have got a head coaching job. Just my opinion. And again, I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to get a head coaching job somewhere. Eventually, it's going to happen.
Yeah, he'll probably be a coordinator coming up in college, most likely. And then after that, he'll probably get a head coaching job.
Could be. But because now he has more experience than Matt Rhule had. At least Matt Rhule, he could say that I was an NFL coordinator. Right. So
that's true.
All right. So here's the question. Where is Joe Brady heading next? We just talked about this. Where is Joe Brady heading next? Number 1, an NFL head coach, a college head coach, NFL offensive coordinator, or college offensive coordinator. Let me know where you think Joe Brady is heading next.
Number 4 for me. He's going to be a college offensive coordinator. We should have said number 5, none of the above.
You think he's going to take the year off?
He could take the year off. They're going to pay. They paying him.
Nah, he's too hot of a name, bro. That 2019 national championship squad, that performance is still going to carry weight, bro. He's going to get a job. Like that, like I think one of the tweets said, he's going to have plenty of opportunities, and we'll see. We'll see which way it goes. Number 5, pass game coordinator. You guys are right. So we got 30 responses coming in. Let's get them joints going. Get these responses coming in. Number 6, who cares? That's funny. I'm just curious to see where y'all think he goes.
I wonder
Chicago Bears.
He probably be good on TV though. All jokes aside, he'd probably be good on TV, like as an analyst.
Nah, I disagree.
You don't think so?
Just because you got a fade and you got swag, don't mean you're gonna be good on TV, Dave.
That's all you need. You see who do be having being on television?
True.
You know what I'm saying? It don't take.
You're right.
Know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I mean, if he knows the game, if he knows X's and O's, He'll probably be a good analyst on television.
Maybe. All right, so we'll let the last two people that are in there vote. Got one more person to vote, or two more people to vote now. Go ahead and get y'all votes in so we can close this thing out. There we go. All right. So
let's close it down.
College offensive coordinator. Nobody said NFL head coach. Telling y'all, if he doesn't take one of those coordinator jobs, bro, he gonna get the damn interview.
It's interesting that considering how many interviews that man got for head coach last year. That is interesting that we have gotten to the point of 0%.
I still think he's gonna get one. I still think it's a slim chance that he gets an NFL head coaching job, bro. Especially if he's unemployed at the time. Now, if he goes, because the timing is interesting here now. The timing is very interesting. Does he go ahead and take an offensive coordinator job, or is he patient and wait for it and then take the job next year, like you're saying?
Yeah,
because he's getting paid already. Because he could be patient. Well, hell, it's about to come up pretty soon. We got but 5 more weeks. But I'm sure.
I don't think he's gonna try to get a coordinator job. I think.
I'm sure that all of the college coaches, they want to get their staffs in place so they can get the recruiting right. So I'm telling y'all, Joe Brady is going to be a popular name on the recruiting trail. If somebody has Joe Brady on that staff, bro, a lot of dudes might be willing to get. And he wears J's, yo. He can relate. He can relate to the young kids, bro.
He can relate to the older ones too, because the older ones wear J's too. All right.
So again, just to kind of reiterate, we talked about these head coaching jobs last week in college, and we talked about Venables getting the OC job, and then my man's getting the Notre Dame job. So those are locked up, and the only one left as of right now is Oregon. The head coach from Oregon went over to Miami, so there is a vacant job. And I saw somebody in the chat say that they're trying to get Chip Kelly back. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I don't know how good of a recruiter Joe Brady is, because it's different levels. It's levels to this head coaching stuff in college. Like, you got to be able to recruit. But I think he could potentially, go out there and get this job at Oregon.
What is Chip Kelly doing now?
Chip Kelly's UCLA's head coach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought that was the case.
Oh, what wasn't Jim Moore Jr. that they got rid of him a long time ago, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was a while back, bro.
Oh wow, man!
Yeah, he's UCLA's head coach. Yeah, that was a while back.
Wow.
Yeah, he's over with the Bruins, dog.
He's with the Bruins. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just think about that, man. You never know where Joe Brady might end up. We'll keep tracking it.
What if they hire Ed Orgeron in Oregon?
I don't know. Go Ducks don't sound like go Tide. He can't get the. It ain't the same.
Nah, it's just you got the big the big O and the O.
I don't know about that. All right, Dave. Let's unpack this press conference, because there was a couple nuggets. One you talked about earlier, right? And I'm gonna go to the second quote right here, that Matt Rhule said in the press conference. He said, "Hiring someone that I didn't have much history with, hiring someone with a different system than I knew, and I'm glad that I did it. Joe brought a lot to us. There's a lot here embedded in place that we're going to continue to build off of." But Dave, unpack that first part, because we were both, you were on board saying it, and I kind of believe it too, that maybe Tepper was like, "Yo, maybe you need to hire this cat," and it appears that Matt Rhule was the guy that brought in Joe Brady, bro. We were wrong on that.
Oh no, I'll own up to being wrong here. So and you know what? And that's why I said I have to give the man credit for him to try to go out of his comfort zone. It just didn't work out. I have to give him credit. Because I think the moment when he said he wanted to run the ball 30 times, that's when I knew, all right, this isn't going to work, obviously, because Joe Brady ain't built like that. He was a passing game coordinator. You're going to bring in a passing game coordinator and you want to run the ball 30 times. That ain't it.
Yeah, don't make sense.
So, So I mean, I commend him for trying to try something different. But like I said earlier in the show, you done put your job in jeopardy, taking risks, unnecessary risks. You could have just had Jeff Nixon run your offense if you really wanted to bring.
Jeff Nixon.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jeff Nixon. You could
Oh,
have had
yeah,
him run your
sound
offense.
like you said Jim.
No. I
Uh,
said Jeff Nixon.
but yeah, here and that goes to the first point too. The first block, it says that when I took the job, I just decided to be bold and step outside my comfort zone. Someone that I knew, and went with a different direction with Joe. Again, it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like, if you're so good at what you do, and you're so routine and everything works out, like, why would you take that bold step? What's the point? Why not stick with what you knew? I gotta ding him a little bit on that, man, because that just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe he felt obligated to do that, just because,
Head coaching job.
he-
But it goes back to what I said earlier, right? If you're gonna go bold and go with somebody with a different scheme, you could at least look into getting somebody with some damn NFL experience. Like, you could have gotten somebody that's actually called plays in the NFL. Like, you could have
and
gotten
what's
somebody like a Hugh Jackson or somebody else. Like, you could have gotten. There's so many different offensive coordinators you could have brought in that has NFL experience, and you decided on this guy.
yeah, but it was crazy. Is the guy that he just promoted he doesn't have coordination experience, but
Yeah,
he's got like NFL experience. Like, if you could have went with your guy, maybe gave him like an assistant that has some experience. That's what you should have done. Even with Joe Brady, you should have brought in a veteran. We've seen that in the past. We've seen a veteran dude brought in to assist the offensive coordinator to make sure that that guy has a checks and balances. That's something that we didn't see here. Like, it's the blueprint. If you do your research, you do your history, you just got to check the history books. It's been done before. Give this man an assistant assistant coordinator with experience to help him out, and we could have avoided all this.
Well, I want to reply to this because I've been doing some checks. It looks like some of the local reporters have, I believe it was Joe Person that pretty much reported that um, the ownership was very weary of Joe Brady coming into the room. They were kind of hesitant about him being there. So between Rhule's press conference and that report makes me feel. That's when when I heard that part, I knew I was wrong. And then when Rhule doubled down, I was like, all right, I'm definitely wrong. I missed this one.
Yeah, you are
My
correct.
opinion
And
was off.
I didn't even put that tweet up, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Joe Person did put out a tweet saying that ownership was skeptical of having Joe Brady in the building. Like, so maybe Tep does know a little something. Like, Tep is, I mean, we throw Tep under the bus a lot, and he did hire Matt Rhule, maybe a mistake, but some of these things that are coming out, the fact that he was skeptical about him, and then the whole Cam situation. I mean, Tep, I don't know, man. I don't know, Dave.
It'd be interesting, man.
I don't know, man.
Tep's realizing the same thing that we're all realizing, that he hasn't had a winning team out there yet, and he's still got a shot this year. But it's just gonna
all up in the studio
dancing. But he owns the place.
He does own the place, fam.
My man wrote a check. You know what I'm saying?
He's saying they covering for Tapper. I don't know, man. We will never know. That's the unfortunate thing about this. Is all speculation. We will never know what actually occurred.
Unless something happens and somebody slips in the presser, we're not going to know.
Right. Yep. All right. So let's move on. Here we go. So a couple more questions in regards to Matt Rhule.
Go back. Here we go.
In regards to Matt Rhule, how many games will it take? How many games does Matt Rhule need to win this season to save his job? How many games does Matt Rhule need to win this season to save his job? We got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it doesn't matter. He's done here. Those are your options. Man, get back in that V-Box. We lost about 20 people that were voting. So get back, open that joint up, man. Let's get it up to about 40, 50 people and get the votes going. We're gonna hang out for a second. Dave, what's your opinion, bro? What's your opinion on this?
He's gonna get the comeback next season.
No matter what.
I don't think he's no matter what.
So you're saying 0 then.
Yeah, I'm leaning
He
towards
doesn't have to
0.
win any.
No, he doesn't have to win any. So I know, I know I said 6 or less, he's gone, but I think the Cam signing, him letting go of Brady, the combination of those two things bought him some time. In my opinion, that bought him some time. He's going to be the coach next year. Now that being said, I think him getting fired mid-season that wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. And they're not going to wait and I don't think Tepper's going to wait until a bye week to do it if he feels like it's time to do it. No.
I agree with this though. But at the same time, improvement is you can't go anywhere but up, right? Like,
well, you only got to win one game. You only got to win one game. You improve upon your win total from last year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the offense was so bad. Like, you just got to be competent, and you're gonna be better. But does that mean he's a good head coach? You know what I'm saying? Like what level are we trying to get this offense to feel comfortable with Matt Rhule? And I got a follow-up question to that too, to this one. But all right, we got 43 answers. I'm gonna close this thing out. It's 3 more people. Go ahead and get your votes in. 3 more people that have not voted. I'll wait for y'all to get this.
I mean, there's 230 people in the chat, man. So get in when you fit in.
So 44 now. All right, so here we go. 41 to 41. Let's end this thing. All over the place. All over the place, Dave. So 0,
4 ain't enough. So nobody thinks going 4-1. That's interesting.
Wow, that's intriguing.
That's 12% thinks 12% thinks he's done regardless. I mean, 0 was third.
Yeah,
tied with 5.
All over the place, bro. We don't know what's going. That's why I want to ask these questions. So I want to get y'all feeling. I need to understand what a vibe is.
I think he's done enough. I think he's done enough to be able to coach the following season. I think once he got rid of Brady, that kind of iced it. I think Cam bought him time, but then getting rid of Brady bought him more time. Doesn't mean he can't get that doesn't mean he can't get let go mid-season next year though.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. It's all over the place. We're gonna address. It's some questions in here I want to pull up, but I want to get through this stuff quick. This content as well too. So keep posting. If you posted a question, keep posting it. We might get to it at one point. Just repost it. But I got one more question. Last question. If Matt Rhule returns in 2022, and the way we're assuming, we're going on an assumption that he will, how confident are you that he will be successful? And I'm talking playoffs. Because again, everybody, I told you guys that the college rebuild and the NFL rebuild are not the same, but y'all still tend to believe that they are. So going based off of that, right? He's supposed to make a huge jump. So I want to know how confident you guys are in that. How confident are you guys in that he's going to be able to make us a playoff team? Number 1, you checked out. You don't give a shit no matter what. You like F it. All right. Number 2, not confident at all. Get this dude out of here immediately. Number 3, give him a chance. Number 4, I'm confident year 3 is his year. All right. I need to see what the vibe is. What's the vibe? Dave, what's your answer to this, bro?
Number 3.
And Dave, you giving him a chance now, Dave?
Well, I mean, everybody keeps telling me this 3rd year thing. He's supposed to be the one that's supposed to be bouncing back. The 3rd year is typically the year, right? That's what they keep trying to tell me. That's what they keep telling me.
That's what they're telling you, Dave. You got to believe it.
Now, that being said, and I'm gonna add some caveats to this and give him a chance. I have no interest in him taking a quarterback next season in the draft. Yeah, none. No interest. So, guys, strap up. I'll start quarterbacks on the roster right now. Y'all just got to live with it.
Yeah. And it's a lot. I posted a mock draft video today, and a lot of people were saying we need Kenny Pickett. And I'm like, dude, that's the last thing you want.
Not by us.
That's the last thing you want. You don't want Kenny Pickett here, bro.
Kenny Pickett's career will be over if we draft Kenny Pickett. His career is done. If we draft Kenny Pickett, if we draft any quarterback, his career is done as soon as he shows up. It's over. Think Jimmy Clausen. Think Josh Rosen. It is over. Done.
Yeah. So explain why one more time for the people that missed it.
If you let Matt Rhule draft a quarterback and he gets let go in 2022, the new guy is going to want to have his own QB. When John Fox got out of here, the year that he got out of here, he drafted Jimmy Clausen. They drafted Jimmy Clausen. Jimmy Clausen wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Got it. But even if he was good, Cam was going to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yep. New quarterback.
Cam was going to be it.
New coach, new quarterback. That's how it works. Package deal. Unless you just got you got an elite guy.
And you can fast forward to what happened with Arizona. They drafted Josh Rosen, top 10 pick. Freaking Steve Wilkes got in there. They were bad. They fired him after 1 year. Josh Rosen out here throwing interceptions for the Atlanta Falcons. Can't find a career to save his life.
Yeah, and again, there are exceptions to that. And again, like I just said, Justin Herbert's a great example of that. There's some guys that are just good enough to kind of, all right, we can work with that. But at the end of the day, the coach kind of has a scapegoat and will probably let you go if you ain't performing because you're not his guy technically. But that's just how it works in the NFL. All right, this question is done. Closing it out.
Look at that!
Wow.
I'm not alone.
Wow. I did not expect this, bro.
I'm not alone.
I did not expect to give him a chance.
I'm not alone.
Damn.
I'm not alone. I know folks are trying to get that hashtag rule out, but that man ain't going nowhere. Now, I think he could go somewhere if he doesn't succeed quickly. But the opportunity to get him out of here after this season, I think that's gone, man. I don't see it at this point. And by the way, Marcus, yes, the hell you can send his ass out there again.
They've already said they will.
Yes, you can, and they probably will. I already told y'all when we picked up Sam Darnold, I said Matt Rhule's coaching career is going to be on this guy. And this is why. It's going to be on this guy. The man who still hasn't played a full season yet. You know?
Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right.
I know that being said, the fan base is probably not going to be like energetic about seeing Rhule coming back here unless they start winning early, and it kind of sustains.
So shout out to John Ellis, friend of the show. He posted this earlier, not to give him credit for it, because I was going to put this together, and he already beat me to it. And it pretty much surmises what has happened throughout the David Tepper era. That we fired Rivera, Matt Scoll, and Turner, retained Marty Hurney. Mistake. Now I think Dave, let's do this. Let's say mistake or this is the right call. So for the first one, do you think that was the right call?
No.
You don't think firing Rivera was the right call? Bro, you bugging. No. I think it was the right call.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it wasn't the right call. Because I think Rivera has done enough to give him an opportunity to try to get a healthy team out there and see if they can succeed. Cam wasn't healthy the years that since Tepper took on the team. I know you don't agree, and I get that. But if there's somebody that deserved the right, it would be him. The man led us to a Super Bowl. The man won 3 consecutive division. The man took us to the playoffs 4 times. If there was somebody, and that's why he was the first one off the damn dock after his ass was fired. He was the first coach gone. The first. Wasn't an accident, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm good. He's a great he's a good coach, but I think that his coaching style is only going to get you so far, bro. I don't think Rivera has what it takes to get you.
He got it to a Super Bowl.
Cam Newton got us to a Super Bowl, bro. Cam was on a whole nother level that year, bro. He was
Our defense
playing
was
out of
top
his
5
mind.
too, bro.
And the defense was good. I give you that, bro.
So
I give you that.
You cannot not get
I'm not. I'm telling you, bro. The time you can hold. They right or wrong. Can you hold him to a coach too long? Can a coach time just run out? At some point, Dave Belichick.
Andy Reid
going to be over.
Andy Reid stayed in Philadelphia for a long ass time and never brought home a chip. Only went to the same amount of Super Bowls as freaking Ron Rivera. That's all I'm saying. And even he got a damn job when he was ready to rock. Like sometimes you gotta. I agree. There comes a point where it's time to let him go.
It was that time. I think
just question if that was.
And Dave, and I think it's good for both parties. Andy Reid, it works. Sometimes it works out for both parties. I think the coaches need a change of scenery. They're refreshed. They're not comfortable anymore. So you can't apply that logic in that they're gonna do what they did when they moved on because they were comfortable. They got comfortable here, and I think that's what happened with Rivera.
But it's not just that, dude. There was a ravage amount of injuries, bro. It wasn't like a situation where the team was quitting on them. We weren't looking like, dog, as bad as that final season with Rivera was, we never looked that damn bad compared to what some of the games that I saw this year. None. Never. Because even as bad as it was with Rivera, those guys bought in. They bought in.
And to also further what I'm saying, I think you just saying that because we got Matt Rhule. I think had we made a better hire and hired the right guy, y'all would have been saying it's the right call. That and my energy is not going to change just because we made the wrong hire. My energy is not going to change. I think it was the right time to move on from Rivera. We were fluttering, bro. We were fluttering. Yo, the scheme changes, all that shit, man. We were fluttering, bro. We were fluttering.
Well, the scheme changes because the owner wanted the damn scheme change.
We were fluttering, Dave. No matter what, he could have pushed back. He's Super Bowl. I'm the Super Bowl 2-time coach of the year. Super Bowl took him. Yo, if he's that dude, then you got to let your nuts hang.
I'll admit though, you might be right here. You might be right, but
I'm telling y'all, because we made the wrong hire, you guys feel that way.
What the other problem too is that you let him go for a certain amount of reasoning with the intention of getting a certain person. And this isn't a knock on Rhule, but you didn't do that. You said you wanted to get somebody that was more about analytics. You wanted somebody that was about analytics, and you end up hiring a guy that's an old school coach just like Rivera that doesn't have any type of specialist. We don't even know what he's good at. Other than him being a motivator.
I could probably do a poll real quick. I don't know if I could do it. I can do it.
And now this man is out here in Washington. He got a chance to take them dudes to the playoffs the first 2 years he was there as a coach.
Let me do it. Let me do it real quick.
Go ahead and do it. Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm gonna put this up. Thanks for the super chat, Bruce. I'm gonna put this up. My man has so many coaches, coordinators that got jobs. One of them's coaching right now on Monday Night Football. You know what I'm saying? They got our GM, they got our coach. Then on top of that, and then Steve Wilkes got promoted. He lost a lot of coordinators during that whole time too. And then this is funny. Now this is funny. This is hilarious.
All right, the poll is open, man. You could vote. Was firing Ron Rivera the right decision? I think it was, bro. I'm telling y'all. I think a lot of y'all. No. Oh, my bad. No, I'm going on the fly here.
No worries.
But I think that because we made the wrong hire, I think a lot of y'all is having buyer's remorse.
No,
and I'm telling you, if we would have hired the right guy, so Dave, I'm about to pull your card right now. So Dave, if we were in the playoff hunt right now, would you be saying Ron Rivera shouldn't have been fired?
Yeah,
that's cap, Dave. Man, get out of here. You capping like shit, Dave. Don't do that. You capping, bro.
Rashad,
you capping, bro.
Rashad, hear me out.
You capping, dog.
It's about why you let the man go. You follow me? It's about why you let the man go.
That's cap, though.
No, hear me out, Rashad.
I don't care what you say. It's cap.
I know you don't care. You go to care what I say today. You let that man go because you said you wanted somebody more analytical, and you brought in a guy that was just like him. That doesn't have any type of coordinator experience.
The fact that you're saying we brought in a guy proves my point. This is don't matter who we brought in, Dave.
No, but that's my point. Like if they would have brought in something, like if you telling me, oh, I'm going to have an analytical coach, and you brought in said analytical coach, I would have been cool. Do what you say you're going to do is my point.
But you're not going to do that. Is not the point. That's not the question. That's not the question. See, you are accelerating the question and bringing in the fact of who we brought in. My point is strictly to Ron Rivera. Was it time to move on from Ron Rivera? Yes or no, irregardless of who we brought in. Because what I'm saying is if we would have done what you said, brought in an analytical guy and all that stuff, bro, you would be saying that it was a right decision. That's what you would be saying. I know you would, bro. You capping, Dave. You capping.
I just said that, but I just said that, Rashad. I said if we would have brought the analytical guy, they said that they were going to.
But that's my point. It was time to move on from Ron Rivera. We just fucked it up. That's my point.
I'm curious to see what the poll says.
All right, polls. I'm about to close it.
It's 42 people. I'm very intrigued. It's pretty damn even, bro. This should look like the presidential election.
I'm just saying, bro. I believe it was the right time. All right, we spent too much time on that. That was not.
No. It's just But it's an interesting conjuring about it because I think seeing the success he's doing in Washington doesn't help either.
I know. That's my point. You have to put your blinders on, bro.
You should be happy that 47% of the poll doesn't either because they all 47% of the poll.
I think it was the right time. It was the right time. We just fucked up the execution. That's why this list exists because we fucked up.
I think if Rivera had a bad year and didn't have to be trotting out Kyle Allen and all the other quarterbacks, Taylor Heineke at the time, then legitimate. But I think he didn't have a healthy Cam, bro. Like he didn't have a healthy Cam pretty much the entire time Tepper was there. Like, and you know that.
What? Okay, so what did they do to fix that? What did they do to kind of to alleviate that problem?
They let Cam go. That's number 6 on our list.
No, I'm talking about you saying that what did the old regime do?
I mean, they didn't draft a quarterback.
Nothing. This is my point.
But is that on Rivera or is that on Hurney?
On the whole shit. All of them gotta go. That's why.
Well,
that's on this list.
And then that the other caveat too is if you make the decision to let Rivera go, you gotta take Hurney with him. Like you can't just get rid of one and keep the other.
I agree there. We're gonna get retained Hurney.
Yeah.
Was that a mistake? That was a mistake.
That was probably a bigger mistake than firing Rivera. You already seen a situation where you fired Hurney and kept Rivera there, and the dude succeeded.
That was a huge mistake.
Oh
that was a huge mistake, bro. That's where you get. That was the
biggest mistake. That by far was the biggest mistake. Like if you want to talk about what out of all the things they did,
rank the
biggest mistake. If you're putting tiers on mistakes, tears, like shout out to the fight game community. If you're putting tiers on mistakes, retaining Hurney is God tier, like top tier. You should not have done that. And the thing that's crazy is that the previous owner let Hurney go, kept Rivera. Rivera started winning divisions. like what? You're gonna fire the coach. You're gonna keep the guy that's out here overpaying these running backs. That's out here not. We're giving him 2.0. We should have gave him like 0.05 instead of Hurney 2.0. He out here making the same damn mistakes. Dog. That was the biggest mistake we did by far.
I agree. It was terrible. That because that really
Cutting Cam wasn't number one. Cutting Cam wasn't number one.
It wasn't.
We're
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I think that's why that really started the dominoes. The dominoes started falling once we retained Hurney. Because then what's next, Dave? We hired Matt Rhule. And who was a part of that process? Who was part of that process?
Marty and Tep.
Marty, Hurney, and David Tepper. You let the guy that you ended up letting go hired a coach. Terrible mistake, bro. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. And then,
and by the way, you
go ahead.
shout out to John, but I probably wouldn't be as angry if he was making 7.5 mil a year, but he's making 8.5. He's the top 5 coach, top 5 highest paid coach in the NFL right now, which is wild to me. Bro. That's probably another reason why I'm tough on Rhule, by the way, because he's making a lot more money. He's
making a lot of money, but that's the name of the game, bro. Everybody's gonna get
Rivera ain't making that much money, bro, and he's done more.
True.
Like,
point.
What are we talking about?
You're right. You're absolutely right, and I have no comeback for that because you're right.
That's my thing. Like, you know, he's up there with Belichick and pay. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then after we hired Matt Rhule, Joe Brady was hired as offensive coordinator. Mistake. I believe this was a mistake. And I marked that down as a mistake when we hired him, because again, I knew he was going to be gone, whether it's from a head coaching job or whatever. I knew he was going to be out of here short term. And what you did, the plan that you had in place when you had Teddy, right? When you had Teddy, was to build him as a bridge and then bring a new quarterback in. And I feel like having a short time OC was a terrible mistake, and that proved to be correct.
All right, I need to answer this question. Head coaches in the NFL makes money based on their performance, based on their expectations, based on what they've done. Like, when you bring in a head coach that hasn't had any NFL experience, he should be making in the same tier as a Bill Belichick or an Andy Reid. That's my thing. Like, you should, because then at that point, those guys got legitimate beaters. Like, yo, I've won Super Bowls. I've done all these things. I should be making way more. So that's why. Like, I think the expectations are different based on the pay. Like, if you bring him in making like mid-tier per year, like a Zach Taylor or somebody like that, that's a different discussion. But he should be making it in the top 5.
Nah, Joe Brady wish he was Chud.
Yo, Chud had a top 5 offense in the NFL.
Yeah, Chud had them boys balling, fam. He had Cam out there slanging that shit. Pause. But all right.
So now, just to be clear about the hiring Joe Brady, I thought it was a mistake because it was a mistake. I thought it was a mistake because he shouldn't have had that opportunity. I didn't feel like he had enough experience to have that type of role.
No experience. I agree with that. That was a mistake. Let's kind of get through these a little bit quicker. All right.
I forgot. That is a good point. Chud was a head coach too. Like, Rivera was out here losing all these damn coordinators to head coaching jobs.
Where was he at? The Colts?
Browns. Cleveland.
Browns.
That didn't last long either.
He was OC for the Colts for a little bit too, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Where is he at now?
I have no idea where he's at now.
He is assistant to the head coach of the Boston College Eagles. Wow.
He went back to college.
Fall from grace. Yeah, he was he took 3 years off from the league. Yo, we might need to call him back. Indianapolis Colts. He was with the Colts from 2015 to 2017. Took 3 years off, and then he was with Boston College from 2020 to now. So he ain't doing shit.
He's doing college.
Well, college, yeah. All right, so let's move on. Let's get through these a little bit quicker. Cutting Cam. No, sign Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think that was a mistake.
I don't think it was a mistake either. I think had they done it the proper way, and because as you can see, sign Teddy Bridgewater and cut Cam go together, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to remember, cutting with Cam, I don't think it was a mistake because Cam, he was coming off injury. We didn't know whether he was healthy, and then he was asking for money. This is fact. We got sources that say that he wanted a long-term deal, and you can't give an injured player long-term deal. And I feel like I think it was the right thing to do. Maybe Teddy got too much money. I would agree with that. He got maybe a little bit more money he should have got. But I think signing Teddy Bridgewater was the right thing if you stuck to the plan. The plan was to keep Teddy Bridgewater at a 2-year. It was a 2-year guaranteed. The third year was optional. If you let him play out those 2 years, you would have drafted a quarterback within that time frame, and then you let that quarterback come in. That's how it should have worked. but we obviously deviated from the plan. We deviated from the plan after 1 year.
1 year.
So
I don't
Teddy,
think signing Teddy wasn't a mistake. There's no way. Like I understand it's easy to think it was a mistake because we ended up bringing Cam back, but you got to remember why Cam was let go in the first place.
And then that speaks to this. You should have let Cam play out his final year. Dog, he wanted money.
He wanted an extension.
He wanted an extension. That's why they ended up letting him go, because they couldn't come to an agreement on this. This is fact. We have sources that back this up. All right, this is not me making this up. We have sources that back that up. Cam wanted a new contract, and you can't give a guy that's coming off injury a new contract. It was just a rock and a hard place situation. So I agree. I don't like how they did it. I don't like the execution of getting rid of Cam. I don't like it at all. He deserved way better than that. But
you made the decision. You made the decision to do it. It kind of balloons with everything else, right? If you making a decision to fire Rivera and retaining Hurney, then you got to let Cam go, because it's obvious that you had no faith in Cam because you want to get your new regime in. So you had to do it. Like, it was just part of the. It was at that point. It was the part of the process.
Yep. So cutting Cam again, I don't like the execution of it, but I did like the fact that they, at that time, and the plan was in place. You have a bridge quarterback, you draft a quarterback, and now you have a guy that's going to be on a rookie deal for the next 4-5 years plus the 5th year option. That was the plan. They did not stick to the plan, but let's continue. They extended Christian McCaffrey.
Mistake.
That was a huge mistake.
That might be second. Like, we want to go back to, we want to talk about tiers. Retaining Hurney's 1, extending CMC was 2.
Huge was too much money. I'm not mad at the extension. It was just too much money. They made him the highest paid running back, and we only seen to do what, seven games in the past 2 years.
10
games. Excuse me, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, CMC, but he only played 10 games. It was a mistake, bro. It was a mistake. That I agree, Slim.
You know, random question for you. Do you know who's leading you know which running back's leading the league in receptions this year?
Is it Eckler?
Leonard Fournette.
Oh shit! Wow, I did not expect that.
And you know how much he's making?
Like nothing.
$2.7 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I want you guys to remember that. I said that for you guys. I didn't even know that. I said that for y'all. $2.7 million. How much are we paying? How much are we paying Christian McCaffrey? $16 million.
$16 million a year.
$16 million. And doesn't Leonard Fournette have a Super Bowl ring?
He does.
Yeah, I thought he did. Okay.
He also has Tom Brady and a very good offensive line and a really good defense. That team was just well put together.
It was, but don't worry. I can name other running backs that have won NFL championships over the past 5 or 6 years.
That's true. We can play that.
None of them make $16 million a year.
Yeah, we can play that game. No, you're not building a Super Bowl winning team around a running back. It's just not happening, bro. That's not how Super Bowl winning teams are built. I love CMC. I love what he brings to the table, but he's a crutch. I think I could make an argument that he does more damage to this team than he does help it in the long term, right? I could argue it. If you really want me to argue it, I can, right? Him being that safety valve completely turned our offense to dink and dunk. Everybody calling for deep passes. That's why that no longer exists, is because of Christian McCaffrey. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But everybody complain. You can't complain about the deep ball being non-existent from our offense and then want Christian McCaffrey around. That's not that he completely. It's not, bro. Carl, bro. I'm not sure how long you've been around, fam.
We were sure how long you've been around. We was against this deal when the deal was signed.
I'm not sure how long you've been around, dog.
We understood why they did it. I just didn't agree with the logic. You had no business paying him that much money. It never works out, bro. Just look at the highest paid running backs in there for right now. How many playoffs wins Ezekiel Elliott's got in Dallas?
Todd Gurley, Devonta Freeman, Dalvin Cook, all these dudes.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, he's hurt right now.
But just my point. Like
just the point.
Dalvin Cook. I mean, we can keep going, guys.
Yeah. Again, and I'm not trying to disparage Christian McCaffrey. Again, don't mistake my comments for hate, because it's not hate, bro. I love Christian McCaffrey, and I feel like had we integrated him to the offense and not made him the offense, I think he would be much, much better. And his offense would be much, much better. But go ahead.
Dudes think fantasy equals real life. All I'm gonna say is this, bro. Taysom Hill got 20 fantasy points, but if you look at that game, it doesn't sound like he had such an excellent day. But he got 20 fantasy points. Like, there's just more to it than that.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not a C-Mac hater, bro. I like C-Mac, bro, but I
love C-Mac. I just feel like the contract was ridiculous. I think we shouldn't have paid him that much money. It's the same concept, right? Like the team didn't want to pay Cam that much money. Even though Cam at $25 million a year, that's cheap for a quarterback, especially now. So it's all about perspective, man.
All right, so let's get through the rest of these. We extended Christian McCaffrey. We thought that was a mistake. Lost 11 games. Of course, that's a mistake. Fired Hurney. I think if we separate these, fired Hurney, that was a good thing to do.
Just a little too late.
But then you hired Fitter. I think hiring Fitter was a solid move. I give that a thumbs up. So as of right now, for me, I have 3 thumbs up. I have hired Fitterer, cut Cam at the time. Cutting Cam at the time. I thought it was a good idea had they followed through with the plan. Fire Rivera. I think you got 3 good moves so far out of this list. For me, I think Dave got 2.
I only got 2 because I don't agree with you with the Fire Rivera.
Signed Irving and Eflin on day 1 of free agency. Definitely a terrible move. Awful move. Mistake.
Mistake.
But
by the way, we could have had money to actually get an actual good offensive lineman if we didn't pay Christian McCaffrey $16 million. But y'all ain't ready for that discussion. All right, what's the next one? We're not ready for that discussion.
We're not. All right.
When you sign Cam Irvin and Pat Affleck on day 1, and then wonder why we ain't got no protection, and then wonder why McCaffrey's banged up, there's your answer. All right, what's next?
Next, traded for Sam Darnold. Terrible mistake. Horrible mistake.
He left off He left off trading Bridgewater.
That was a mistake. He did leave that off. So trading Bridgewater and
that goes hand in hand with trading.
That goes in between. Yeah, I think both of those double down mistake. That goes pretty high on the mistake list, dog. This is like tier 1.5 level shit right here.
I mean, like, I'll probably put extended CMC and trading for Donald around the same level. I would probably put them about the same. So, like, retaining Hurney is like 1 god tier, but then traded for Darnold, extending CMC. That's the tier. That's like a tier below. That's the tier below right there. Those were high quality bad mistakes.
So Tony says he doesn't see how we rank in the CMC extension over the Cam cuts. Look at all the shit we wasted trying to replace Cam. Yeah, but see, that's because we didn't execute right.
Yeah,
that same argument applies to Rivera and company. The same thing I'm saying for Cam applies to Rivera and company. We did it right. We just didn't execute afterwards, and that's what I'm saying. That's how I rank it.
If you cut Cam, if you cut Cam and stick with the plan with signing Bridgewater, it wouldn't have panned out. It wouldn't have been this bad. Like, this just was bad. I think the moment when they gave up on Bridgewater after 1 year, it turned into the shit show, and it made the cutting Cam even worse, because at that point you're playing QB carousel, and it should have never came down to that. Like, when signing Bridgewater cut Cam happened, I was like, all right, I get it, because Teddy didn't turn the ball over like that. He wasn't a turnover type of quarterback. He still isn't. I know you guys are hard for you to believe. He's not. You know what I'm saying? He threw an interception last night. That was the first interception he had in over 150 passes. So he's not. Like, so it's just.
And again, I can play hypothetical here. Had we got, let's say, even going back to last year, had we got Justin Herbert that year?
Mm-hmm.
Had we got Justin Herbert after had we gotten Justin Fields, or had we gotten Mac Jones or somebody else, y'all wouldn't be saying nothing about Cam, bro. Y'all wouldn't be saying nothing about Cam. You would have been all right. We on the right path. That's my point. The execution after the move is the bad part, not the move itself. You gotta look at the move in isolation. All right. So we traded for
That was a mistake. But
yeah, traded for Donald.
That was a mistake.
Passed on Jones and Fields, which I just talked about.
Yeah, but the thing is, but here's the problem, right? When you trade for Darnold,
yep,
you're gonna pass on Jones and Fields. So I can't call that a mistake because you traded for Darnold. Trading for Darnold was the mistake. But passing on Jones and Fields is fine because you made the decision to trade. You already made your mistake. So you're supposed to pass on Jones and Fields at that point. You can't trade for Darnold and then draft Jones and Fields. Because then I would have looked at you like, what the hell are you doing? Why the hell did you trade for Darnold then? Like, that would have been a waste of space, is what I'm getting at. You out here bringing in all these damn quarterbacks from every international code instead of just making a decision. And then it goes back to releasing Bridgewater.
And then Dave, we picked up Sam's 50-year option. That's a double down on a dumbass mistake. And then benched and injured Sam Darnold. I don't know why that's on the list. And then signed Cam. I think signing Cam at this point was absolutely the right thing to do. He was the best player out there that's going to help this team potentially. So I think that was a good thing to do. And then we got ran all over by Rivera and company. Of course, that's not a good thing to do when you go back to point number one. And then we fired Joe Brady. So again, I got about 4 good moves. I got signing Cam again, taking it. The move in isolation was a good move. I got hiring Fitterer. I think that's a good move.
That was a good move.
I think I got cut Cam at the time was a good move. And then I have firing Rivera at the time. I think that was a good move.
So we agree on all of them but one. And that was the firing Rivera one.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just interesting, man. It's just interesting stuff, bro. It's just interesting stuff. All right. So shout out to John Ellis for putting that together. Friend of the show, man. Had him on the show. Got a chance to interview him. He's doing big things over there. But I got to update you guys on NFC South. We are back at third, and we did nothing. Second. Excuse me. Back at second, and we did nothing.
2-0 in the 2-0 in the division to do that to you.
Yep. Tiebreakers matter. Tiebreakers are important.
Even though Tampa Bay can clinch the division in 2 games. They win 2 more games, they clinch the division. That's their magic number.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a fact.
That's tough. What's the schedule looking like? Tampa's schedule.
They play us twice.
I know that.
They play. I think they got to play. I think they got to play Atlanta too. I think.
No, I think they got Atlanta twice.
I don't remember. Either way,
they got the Bills, Saints. That should be a W. Panthers, Jets, Panthers.
Yeah, they're gonna get 2 wins.
So I think they'll get 2. They'll beat the Jets.
Tom Brady got a pretty ugly record against the Jets.
Yeah. so yeah, at this point, I mean, we can hope to because we can't catch. Yeah, they got to lose out for us to catch them.
They got to lose 2. They got to lose 2 of the games.
They can only win one more game.
Yeah,
they can only win one more game for us to catch them.
Yeah, they win the division, man. That's fine.
They about to win the division. Yeah.
If we would have won some of those games we should have won, then we'd be having a different discussion.
If we beat Miami and the football team, it would have been different.
Yeah, football team. Like the games that we just blew.
Eagles.
Football team, Eagles, Vikings. I'm assuming I know what the next slot is. I'm assuming it's the slot of the that's the draft order.
That's next. The one you're thinking is next.
Yeah.
But this is the current draft order. We're in a weird situation. It's weird times. Because we're picking number 9. As you tell, I did a mock draft earlier. I was picking number 9. That's accurate. But also, Dave, we are in the playoff hunt, potentially.
We didn't move. We didn't move. We were 10th.
No, we didn't move.
Into the week.
Yeah, we did not move. So, again, tiebreakers matter, right? The Vikings, they lost to the Lions. So that's not good for them. But they do own the tiebreaker against us.
3 out of the 4 teams that are ahead of us for the final 2 playoff spots, we lost to.
Washington, Philly, and the Vikings.
3 out of the 4 teams. And out of those games, we should have been able to win all 3 of those games. That's what makes it more devastating, right?
Yeah.
We should have won all 3 of those games. We should be sitting at 8-4 right now. Yep. And instead we're 5-7. We should have won all 3. It wasn't like a situation where we got blew out in any of them. We played really good games and we just couldn't close the damn deal.
Yep. Now that we got a new offensive coordinator, Dave, everything's gonna be fixed, and we're gonna win and make a push.
If we win out, we're in. If we win 4 out of 5, we're probably in. But it's just the problem is that I think Washington's going to get in, bro.
But we ain't. It's funny. Hey, Washington still got to play Dallas twice.
Washington's got a chance to win that division, bro.
I'm just they got to win out though. They're in the same similar situation we're in.
No, they're not. See, no, we had that situation. We don't have that situation anymore. Dallas. There's a scenario for Washington to still make the playoffs and not win out. But Washington
got all division games left, bro. There ain't no way. They got all division games, B. They got Dallas twice, the Eagles twice, and New York. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Division games back to back like that. That is tough.
But they're undefeated in the division. They're 1-0.
Dave, that is tough. We're 2-0 in the division. You believe we gonna win out?
No.
Okay then. That's tough, bro.
But Washington can beat Philadelphia twice.
Sure. Can they beat them twice? Can they beat them twice? They'll beat the Giants. I don't know, bro. Philly's streaking too, or low key.
If that's the thing, right?
Minshew Mania is taking over Philly, dog.
Dog. All right, we've seen Minshew Mania.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you the facts.
He's lost more than one. I almost said, Minshew Mania was so strong that Trevor Lawrence is now the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's how Minshew Mania worked out.
Bro, it's gonna be tough to beat a team. I don't care what you say, bro. It's gonna be tough to beat Dallas twice, Philly twice. You got to go on a road, B. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be, bro. I don't care. It's division. All that shit go out the window. It's division games.
We'll see, man.
It'll
be interesting. Rivera, if Rivera wins if he wins the division 2 years in a row, and this time it'll be with a win record, because you have to have a win record to do it this time, unless Dallas crumbles. Because Dallas is in a rough situation too. There's a scenario where Dallas could miss the playoffs if they mess around and lollygag this shit.
I think
they're not gonna miss the playoffs.
Dallas is a good team. That defense is Micah Parsons.
Because it doesn't matter. Even if they lose a division, they'll fall down in our area and they've got another tiebreaker against us too. So it doesn't matter. Like the only tiebreaker we got is the Cardinals. Is the Cardinals. And then
hopefully we can catch the Cardinals. Maybe they lose out or something like that. We can catch them.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
I'm just saying, we talking hypotheticals, bro.
Well, what's the Rams schedule looking like?
Rams, let's check the Rams schedule. They ain't looking so hot lately, are they?
No, I'm gonna say something that's interesting, which is why I asked the question. Who do the Rams play?
The Rams have the Cardinals next week.
Winning record.
Losing record.
Okay.
Vikings
losing record. Okay.
Ravens
winning record.
And 49ers.
500. Okay. So here's the thing about Matthew Stafford. He's only won 9 games as a starter against teams with winning records in his entire career. 9.
That's crazy, bro.
He's never
been in the league like 12 years, right?
12 years.
I was just guessing, by the way.
He's never beaten a team that's 5 games over 500. So you can go ahead and take Arizona out the window. He ain't beating them.
That's crazy to me,
bro. The guy doesn't know how to win big games. And
Dave hates Matthew Stafford, bro.
No, look, it's just I hate when there's always this. Oh, they figured Lamar Jackson out. They figured Justin Herbert out. They figured Josh Allen out, and we got Matthew Stafford out here. Only has 9 wins against winning teams. And nobody's going to talk about how they figured him out yet. They figured his ass out a long ass time ago. But he's still out here getting traded. He's the same guy that he was in Detroit. He doesn't know how to win games when it matters. So the
Dave,
Rams can mess around and miss the playoffs.
I feel like Matthew Stafford been catching mad strays from this podcast. We gotta get off Matt Stafford, dog.
That's
We gotta
fine.
get off Matt
That's
Stafford.
fine.
All right, so we got my man Big Low coming back on the show. We got to preview the 85 South rivalry. This gonna be a good one. Hopefully we can get a W, but we got a Big Low coming through. Big Low been going through some things, man. Atlanta ain't looking so hot. Georgia called the L, so we're gonna catch up with him. Hopefully, he got to respond. Oops, excuse me. Respond to my tweet, my DM. Hopefully we'll get him on tomorrow. If not, we'll move our schedule for Big Low. So just stay tuned and hit that notification bell so y'all know when we're gonna link up with Big Low. All right. And take some calls. I don't think we're gonna take no calls today just because Dave just got back in town and Dave want to go to sleep. Hold on, no, because I want to have a discussion real quick. But this is why I don't want to take calls, because I want to have another discussion in regards to Matt Rhule and what the Panthers need to do moving forward. Right. All right. So give me a laundry list of like little items. Like, for instance, I'll start off. I'll give you a couple examples. Right. I need to see Deontay Brown and Brady Christensen start at left tackle and guard. I need to see that for the remainder of these games for me to get some sort of inclination on whether Brady Christensen is going to be the guy moving forward. I need to see that. Same with Deontay Brown.
Rashad.
I need to see that.
Rashad. You didn't hear the news?
No, what's the news? I know Cam Irving. I saw that. He's not back yet. He's not back yet. He's designated to return. Designated to return does not mean he's going to play next week. All right, he's designated to return. Okay. But I need to see Deontay Brown on the field. This man was a people mover in college. Get this. If you want a power run game, then you better put his ass out there, bro. Put his ass out there and run the football behind him. Easy. There's no reason why he shouldn't be out there. Game shape my ass. Bullshit. That's bullshit. He played at the college level. He's good. He can play. Get him out there. Conditioning, whatever. Get him out there. Take him out when he ain't ready. Get him out there, and I need to see Brady Christensen because it's important for the draft next year. You got to understand, you kind of in a situation where you kind of evaluating talent and you need to win games. Brady Christensen has not disappointed playing left tackle this year. He's graded out pretty well and he played. Get him out there. Let's see what you got. No, Deontay Brown is not on IR anymore. He returned. He was on the roster last week, so he should be back. He should be back too. So I need to see those guys out there. I need to see them play. Dave, I defer to you. Give me some item, like some specifics on what you need to see from Matt Rhule moving forward to even feel comfortable with him returning in 2022.
The offense just gotta look like a damn offense, yo. Like we need to see a more consistent offense. If you're trying to have a ball control offense that sustains drives, that's what we need to see. So maybe with the different person making the play calls, we might get to see that. That's the main thing that I'm going to focus on for regards to what I need to see prior to the end of this year. And the defense has been playing well all season, but I really want to see if this defense turns this thing around because they've had a rough couple games. They haven't played well since pre-Washington. So since the Cardinals game, in essence. So from that standpoint, I want to see this defense improve going into the end of this year. So those are the two main things for me. I feel like last year this team played better down the stretch than what we're seeing right now. And that's what I want to see. Like, you're the head coach. Like, your guys should be bought in at this point. So I'm hoping that we see that. Because as much as I feel like he bought him some time with the firing of Joe Brady and the signing of Cam, there are situations where if he ends up losing the team, they could just make the decision to cut their losses at that point. I think Tepper's open to doing it. So,
yeah, I don't think anything is really off the table, but I think he definitely bought himself some time by bringing back Cam 1 and then firing Joe Brady. But another thing I want to see is I want to see more specifically from the offense, but the defense too. Second half adjustments. We look all right in the first half. Most of the time we be right there. We be in there. But in the second half, we just lose it all, bro. I need to see second half adjustments. I want to see scoring. I want to see double digit scoring. I don't think we've scored double digits in a second half game this year.
I think Matt Rhule said we scored 18 points in the third quarter all season.
Bro, which is my point. We haven't scored double digits in the second half of a game this year. That's unacceptable, bro.
That's wild, man.
It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I can look it up. I'll go through the games real quick if you want me to.
You gotta know how to adjust, man.
So again, we're gonna find out whether it was Joe Brady, or whether it's all lies on Matt Rhule. We're gonna find out, but we have to see those second half adjustments, bro. It's not a good thing, bro. It's not a good thing at all. Jets, we scored. Oh yeah, we didn't. We scored 3 points against the Jets in the second half. Against the Saints, we scored 9 points in the second half, so we almost got there. And this is our 3-game winning streak. Nope, 3 points against the Texans. Oh no, yeah, we did. Nope. We did 14 against Dallas. That was in the fourth quarter. So that was the one time.
Not in the third. We didn't score anything.
Anything in the third. But I'm talking about in the second half in general, bro. Remember, we were fighting back in that game too. So we almost had to. 3 points against the Eagles. Here we go. Another one. 18 points against the Vikings. Okay.
Yeah.
7 points in the third quarter, 11 points in the fourth. And then 0 points against the Giants. 3 points against the Falcons.
Terrible, bro.
0 points against New England.
0 points against the Dolphins too.
We did score 10 against the Cardinals. 7 points against the team.
And none against Miami. We didn't score a single point.
Yeah, man, we gotta do better, bro. We gotta do better, man. That second half shit is unacceptable, bro. We gotta be able to go in the locker room and adjust. I would like to be a fly on the wall in the locker room at halftime. But what are they doing? Like playing patty cake? Like, what is Matt Rhule telling these dudes? Like, what are the coordinators doing? I need to see what's going on. I got an interesting question too. I wonder where Jeff Nixon is going to call plays from.
That would be interesting. Whether he's going to be in the booth or he's going to be on the sideline.
I think he should be on the sideline personally.
I'm trying to think, like, historically, what was my point? Like, Norv Turner did it in the booth.
Yeah, he did it in the booth. I think Chud called from the booth too, if I'm not mistaken.
Chud called from the booth.
I could be wrong on that.
Shula called from the booth.
Maybe because they got to see it. I mean, I ain't mad at the OCs being in the booth. They got to see. I ain't mad at it. They can kind of call out the coverages and whatnot, help out the quarterback. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I need to see against the Falcons. Second half scoring, some adjustments. But we're gonna break that one down, kind of see where the Falcons are, how the season is going. Obviously not too well because they down at the bottom with us. But man, we're gonna get out of here because again, Dave had a long day. We're gonna get out of here, close it out. Make sure you hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, all that stuff, so that you can understand when we go live. Because sometimes the schedule changes. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Get in the comments, let me know what's good. But that being said, make sure y'all keep pounding, bro. We still in this, and we still got a couple more games. Got 5 more games to watch. And then we're going to go full on draft mode. But, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun times, man. We got 5 more games to go.
All right, man. That being said, man, keep pounding. We out. Peace.